Police no.
I act like I didn't think I was recording.
We can edit that out.
It's going right.
Yeah,
Right.
So, like, what's like the backstory on Thrashin? So,
Like, it's honestly crazy how it came about because it was just supposed to be me originally on the song. Like, I was just trying to write it for myself. I had found that beat on YouTube that we used, and it actually matched with it. Like, the beat was originally it was gonna go to a different song that I was writing with my best friend, but then I was like, no, I want to write like some hardcore shit, like kind of like a mix of like metal but like with hip hop and stuff like that. Cause I used to be in a metal band back in middle school, so I kind of was like, let me utilize the skill of being able to like scream and do that shit with my voice like that, like. So I finished the first verse and I was talking to Raydale and I sent it to him and I'm like, bro, you gotta hear this joint I'm doing right now. Cause he was talking about on Facebook or trying to see and find people who are part of bands or like rock bands and shit. And I told him, I'm like, bro, I used to be in a rock band. So we kind of got that understanding of each other and I showed him what I had so far for Thrash and he was like, yo, that bitch go hard. He's like, low key, I low key want to snap on that. And I'm like, let's do it. Like, I was like, shit, you can, bro. Like, I didn't even wrote the second verse yet, so you can hop on that bitch if you want to.
So you didn't even like second guess it when he like?
No, hell no. I'm like, cause I've been wanting to collab with him. Like, I've been wanting to collab with him, especially when we officially met after Billy's. Like, ever since then, like, I've just been wanting to connect and create something with him. So I figured, like, why not now? Especially when he wants to tap into some rock shit.
Right.
So I'm like, this is like a perfect opportunity for him and I both. We can create something fire, and that's how that shit came about. To be honest,
fire. It's fire how y'all manifested that, man. So my next question would be, now that it's out,
right?
Like, now that it's out, you know what I'm saying? Y'all let it marinate amongst the masses a little bit. What is your reaction to the track? Did it produce the way that y'all thought it would?
Honestly, like, it still has yet to really reach the potential it has as far as getting out to more people in different areas besides Grand Rapids. Because Grand Rapids is such a small city. Yeah, there are people who fuck with us who are going to listen to it, but at the same time, there's a lot of fake supporters here. So, like, they'll say they check it out, they say they'll share it, and they don't. So it's like, for that, it hasn't reached to the point where it can be. It just needs a lot of advertising and promotion.
Right. Okay.
Like, I'm definitely gonna plan on, like, paying promotion pages on Instagram and stuff like that to share it and put it out there.
So y'all must be really proud of this track.
Oh yeah, like, people do fuck with it. Like, the people love that shit. And they say it go hard. There was this dude who owns this kind of company, advertising promotion company called Global Money World. He wrote a blog post about that shit. Yeah, you seen that. Yeah, he wrote a blog post about it and put it on his website for everybody to read. And then he has a pretty big impact and influence too, especially on social media, because he got a lot of followers, a lot of people that read his shit. So
He's consistent too.
Yeah, very consistent with it. Very consistent.
And I would say too, just to chime off that, I think just the way that we just timed everything, you know what I'm saying? Just the timing of when we dropped it, what the content was about.
Right.
Two things. One, for this city, what predominantly kind of what everyone kind of gravitates towards is first thing you hear is rap, or it's this and this. So to do something, just outside of that element of your own element. Like, for us, it was just like, only other thing that I ever did was I did a jazz and a blues show, which was different for me, and it was live. So none of my beats, all my beats was just instrumentation. It was live. So I did jazz and blues, and then typically you'll do a hip hop show, rap show. We did our rock show. Not for her, she did have more experience than I have. But to do a rock show, I think entire rock show, and then your song is now in the catalog of metal and rock, and you get that reaction. It's a totally different feel. The second thing will be, I think the song right now is we planted a seed, and just like what she was saying about just exploiting the marketing aspect. I think the smartest thing we did is to drop it this year that we did, and that's the seed. but I definitely see in 2020 the vision expanding.
Oh yeah.
And that's a double meaning.
Especially when we do the music video.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't even think about that. I was just gonna ask about that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no,
It's
we
too
plan on
big
doing the music
Visuals
video.
crazy.
Hell yeah.
We said,
On
crazy.
some purge shit,
Yeah,
like
we
something
said-
like that.
Yeah, we said and talked about it, like, you
Mhm.
know, and we was just sitting there talking. I'm just like, man, too artistic. You know, just the way we push our minds.
Mhm.
We don't
The
mind being
imagination
crazy.
So
and the
much y'all
vision.
can do.
I'm like,
Yeah.
man, I'm more so. I was more so excited about the conversation. Excited me more than the actual song when it
Mhm.
pertains to how we're going to go about putting an image of what Thrashin really is. You know, it's going to be a lot of symbolism to it. A lot of everything is going to be kind of everything has a message. You know, but just the vision. You know, the visual concept of Thrashin
Right.
will be greater than the actual song. You know, the song is amazing.
Right.
It's good, but it's got a one up it.
Yeah, it's gonna be like
Because
okay.
that's what's gonna draw people and be like,
Yeah.
oh, they was really in that shit.
Right.
You
They are,
know,
yeah, it's-
they gonna know just from the visual.
Yeah, yeah. For all my drug addicts out there, man, you gotta watch it on acid. That's just.
All right.
Side
all
note.
right.
I have two more serious questions. Okay, so my first one. Okay, so both of y'all, man, like in terms of like genre, the type of music you two do is different. You know, you're more hip hop, rap. You know, you're R&B, a little bit, right? Or,
Oh, everything. I'm like, I consider myself versatile.
Mhm.
Like, I don't like
That's
to
fun.
I don't want to just be known as a one trick pony.
Right.
You know, I do like to experiment, especially because I know I have, you know, different vocal styles that I can approach a song with.
right.
So I guess I could consider myself like multi-genre. I do rock, hip hop, R&B. Definitely gonna be coming up with some pop stuff too. You know, I like to experiment. I like to challenge, you know, my vocal ability as well.
That's
So
nice.
yeah, I wouldn't want to just do one
Right.
genre necessarily.
I'm just the best
So-
at what I do.
That part.
Local
that part.
local rappers.
Right.
I
Local
would
rappers.
say this though. I like. There's not a lot of. I always, every time I always write as if I'm featuring myself, so I try to outdo my next verse. But it's always, for me, it always gives me a one up, and I get excited about working with artists who could push me creatively, you know, to do
Right.
something outside of just what I normally do.
Mhm.
Whether it be the sound of it, whether it be the concept of it, you know, just like with when we collabed originally, man, just being in the studio, how I wrote my verse separate than how I actually recorded it. You know?
Mhm.
How I was actually recorded it, that was 100%, you know, directed by her. You know, how do you want me to say this line? And then I say it like, okay.
Be angry.
What you
with
think
it.
about this one? You know?
Right.
So the writing aspect is like, okay, we get this down. It's like, oh, I like that. But I put 100% creative control into her hands because I'm like, I want to execute this vision 100% possible. One thing I can say, man, is that this will probably be my last metal song. I don't have the vocal strength to continue to do that. I don't see how she was able to do something like that just so fluently. But I felt embarrassed when I did it.
Why?
I felt belittled, like I can't. You know.
That's the
And
first.
I just want to let you know the whole,
This
He
exclusive
can't.
the whole
content.
studio process.
I
was
never
just-
heard him say that.
they-
Oh, no,
I
he
felt
can do
harassed.
it.
I felt
It's
sexually
it's
harassed.
different.
Yeah,
All right. Let's move on to the next
I'm
one.
serious. Her
Okay.
the engineer
Nah.
jumped me.
Nah.
No, I'm just playing. But no, I did put a bunch of like creative control in her hands because I just it's rare to trust somebody else to one respect an artist enough to
Be creative
you know,
ability.
just respect their craft, but also it takes a lot of trust and belief to put you know your dream into somebody else's kind of palms and let them kind of mold it. That was a different trusting process, and
Yeah.
I definitely appreciate her for pushing me to that extent.
Yeah. So to branch off of that, then. So, what would you say? This is a question for both of you. Recording together, y'all recorded together.
Yeah,
Like y'all were in the
yeah.
same environment. So, what would you say was like the number one thing that you guys took away from one another as y'all watched each other, record and work together for your song?
Her work ethic.
Mm.
Her work ethic.
For him, definitely, I would say like his vocal ability too. Cause like when listening to him do the ad libs and stuff behind his verse, I was like, oh, so he likes to be fun with it. He's not afraid to be fun with it. He's not afraid to be weird, get out of character and shit, like get in character, get out of it, whatever. You know, he's not afraid to work outside of the box, even outside of his comfort zone. You know, I wouldn't say I'm afraid to do that, but like it just gave me that push to do it more.
Right.
Like seeing him do it, I'm like, yo, I know if he can do this, I can definitely practice more and do it myself too.
Yeah. Really, that's dope. Like, cause artists of y'all caliber, man, in Grand Rapids, y'all definitely I know y'all benefited each other a ton just off working on this track together.
And also, and just to branch off that, man, and I just want to let a lot of people know as well, we have a relationship outside of music. You know what I mean? So, you know, a lot of times artists that collab, and it's like, oh, it's good for music.
Right. Like, just to make a dope sound.
Yeah, outside
like,
of music, we got real chemistry and a real relationship. So
like,
I think it, even doing this song again, you know, we got a lot more songs, but that's
to be announced.
He destroyed my last question.
Details at 11.
Details at 11.
We really have a relationship, and I think it's very, very important that chemistry be organic, because you also it also makes just recording the creating process a little bit more easier. Not one person's idea trumps another person's idea. If she come in the studio with an idea and I said a line, or I got an idea, but she got one, and I'm like, you know, let's roll with that one. That'll actually make more sense. That'll be better. You gotta have that kind of balance. You know what I'm saying?
That yin and yang.
Yeah. So also outside of just her work ethic, man, just her authenticity. You know what I'm saying? It's just always her 100% of the time, 100%. Whether it be music, you know, whether we step away from the music and it just be conversation and perspective, that'd be key. I would say I appreciate her perspective. You know,
for sure,
because it's one of a kind, and she's brave enough and courageous enough to know what her stand is, and despite being tugged with other perspectives, she's open-minded to with, you know, everything else, but to believe what she believes and be courageous enough to, you know, proceed forward with it and stand on that. So I definitely appreciate that too.
All right, last question. This is $1 million question for me, man. Okay. I think this question is very, very important, especially coming from you two in the same place, being able to answer this question at the same time. Heading into the new year, right? We all know that we're closing in on a decade and we're entering a new one.
Right.
Thrashin.
So for Grand Rapids artists specifically, for our city specifically, musically, what do you guys think can benefit the growth of artists here? What do you think it is? Do you guys think it's pretty much city support, or do you like what do you guys like from y'all perspective as the artists that actually make the music and actually put out y'all own art? What do y'all think is something that we can improve on as a city to help GR artists expand their reach with their art?
Definitely coming together, like building up a team in the city. Everybody supporting everybody uplifting everybody, you know, giving ideas to each other, you know, or even if it's just like, oh, come perform at my show, you know, putting out there the effort to actually want to bring somebody out of Grand Rapids and really make it, even if it's not you, you know, or if it is you, if they really are, you know, a part of your team, they're going to bring you with them. You know, like, I just wish, like, Grand Rapids artists as a whole really came together more to create something big, because, you know, Detroit got that buzz, you know, but that's because they actually support and uplift each other out there. Like, they really fuck with their music out there.
All it takes is one artist.
Yeah, it does, you know, but it also takes, you know, the people of the city to help bring it up. And a lot of the people, that's another reason why, you know, artists out in GR, it's hard for them to support each other, because they don't even get support themselves the way they should and deserve to, or they don't get, you know, like the resources to be able to do and create the music they want. And it's a lot of dope people and a lot of dope artists that come out of Grand Rapids, you know, and I've been around them. I work with these people, so it's like seeing what they do for me and what they're willing to do for the people of their city, I just wish there was more people like that. That were actually trying to build up the artistic side of Grand Rapids, because Grand Rapids is very artistic. It's very artistic, you know?
Home of Art Prize.
Yeah, you know, you got art prize and stuff like that. So I just wish people hyped up Grand Rapids music the way they do art prize, especially too. You know, it actually held events, more music events too.
Mm-hmm.
More music events out here, more venues and lounges for music.
That's dope. What you think, bro?
I think for me it's always a deep-rooted issue. I just look at because I look at it from a psychological standpoint,
Right.
Psychology standpoint. I think we live in a city that hasn't identified its identity. You know, what is Grand Rapids? You know, what is the identity of Grand Rapids? When you look at all these different cities and states, Detroit, the Atlantas, the Chicagos, when you look at that, it has an identity. You know, you can attach something with these places. For us, I think we have an identity crisis where everyone is trying to be a replica of whatever success they have seen. You know, they want to mirror that instead of mirroring our own success. So I think this identity, you know, realize that be as unique as the city it is as itself, and be bold and courageous enough in that to just stand on that and be like, you know, this is who we are, this is what we represent, this is our message as a whole. And I think the more we do that, the more people gravitate towards that. And now it's, as a collective people, you know, we start to now form, you know, coming together.
Yeah.
But I don't think everyone can come together when they don't know who they are. And then you put 5 people who don't know who they are in one room, well, we'll never come up with just one solution.
Right.
It'll always be 5 until we can just get to that one and then start producing and pouring into that one thing.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's gonna be separated and divided. So I think, but I also would say, I think we as artists, you know, as true artists and as true people, those that want to push that agenda, I feel like it's our responsibility to unify each other as artists, because it's a lot of artists who share similar desires or you know, inquire similar you know, outcomes, but we're also at distance as well. So I feel like once we come together as a team and we build as a team and we have a group of, you know, amazing, phenomenal artists and people pushing this agenda, I feel like people gravitate towards groups. So as artists, I think that we should do that. I don't think it's the city's job. I think it's our job as artists, you know what I'm saying, to do that. And, you know, we've started it. You know, we've started our own sort of, you know, Illuminati, you know. but, you know, it's to push that agenda and create, you know, push that awareness and to uplift. But in a world, in a group full of positivity, man, and you trying to push that message in a world that reigns on misery, you know, it's always going to be challenging for artists that doesn't conform. You know, so any artist that want to conform, any artist that want to, you know, follow the wave of today, I'm not with that. I'll never be with it. You know, you can leave me behind the masses, but I create something that's timeless. Everything that I say, anything that I touch, I don't have to live for that to live. I can die and that'll still live. You know, I don't want nothing to just be, you know, without substance. So I think that's just one of the biggest challenges that I challenge the city as a whole, all the way up, just not from the artists, all the way up from the artists to the politicians to, you know, whoever, is, you know, help the city create an identity and then invest into the people.
Right.
And stop sucking, you know, being a mosquito. A lot of people just mosquitoes, they blood suckers.
Leeches.
Yeah. So
6'5" quick reach.
Yeah, that's dope, man. That's an interesting.
Thrashin on all platforms, go get that right now. Vans on all platforms, go get that. SENU Raydale Shamaine, all platforms. Listen, all social media handles, just Google us. That's really simple. You got a smartphone.
Future music coming soon. Remember that
You got a
verse? They said that.
smartphone, be intelligent. You got a smartphone, be intelligent.
Manifesto in the room. Said I was coming through. Come on. shit ain't the same, my shit ain't the same. Thinking that we are compared. Thoughts are one of a kind. I'm a fucking mastermind. Sit with the same shit. Coming through with the same clip. Taking my mind, I'm firing up like a hit. Thrashin', 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 hey. Thrashin', thrashin', I'm thrashin', hey. Thrashin', thrashin', I'm thrashin', yo. Thrashin', thrashin', thrashin'. The whole world's a bunch of hypocrisy, social democracy, making a mockery out of our poverty, follow theocracy, written in policy, it's that gotta be like a monopoly. I was a prodigy, hustled a prophet, now I'm getting prophecy. I was a mentor, you find it, you follow. I am an animal, all of my niggas are animals. You a zoologist, all of my promises permanently burned. Thinking on your neck, you steal your mind. I'm in her head like a fucking psychologist. I make a couple for I get the day, shit coming again. That's inequality, get the fuck off my dick. Last time I was shit, I never changed, I don't call. I fall back for the fall. Y'all wanna play hardball, see a real nigga turn cheap. Baby, crazy, buddy in a fork, you talking nigga mad. You can't see well, sit down, Miss Day. Let's fight, pushing up daisies, still like a housewife love me. Let her feel that you can still if you will. I'll show you how to wait right now, you know.
Bro, did you just fucking say you a slave?
I think so. Thrashin', 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 hey. Thrashin', 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 hey. Thrashin', 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 hey. Much love, man. Thanks for noise. Thanks for noise, man. Yo, give it up for SENU and Raydale Shamaine, y'all. Yeah, man.